Hello guys, welcome to a new video. As always, as every week, today we're gonna do a weekly outlook. I'm gonna share with you my watch list of the pairs that I'm interested in, right? So only clean charts, directional pairs, right? And I'm gonna share with you the annotations on the charts, the draw on liquidity for each pair, and the point of interest that I'm interested in and that could offer setups. So let's not waste any more time and dig right into it. And let's start with the DXY, so the US dollar index, and why you should start with the DXY. Now, for one reason is that the DXY is not a tradable pair. Thus, when doing the analysis, you are being objective. So as you know, there are a lot of traders who are perfect in the analysis process, but they suck in the execution due to psychology and a lack of objectivity. So this is why we start with the DXY, because it's not a tradable pair and you are not forcing any buys or something, right? You are analyzing what you are seeing, and all you have to do is to inverse this analysis on the other pairs like EU or GU, right? So let's start with the DXY, and this is a monthly time frame. So on the monthly time frame, we cleared this liquidity, this failed swings right here, and we are reacting and rejecting from this fair value gap right here. And this is the current candle. This is the current month. As you can see, we have the open. We print out the high of the month, right? And now we are expecting an expansion to the downside. Just like this candle, we have the open, print out the high of the month, right? And now the expansion lower. We have also the fourth candle formation. So basically we have a swing that formed inside the PD array. And now we are expecting the fourth candle right here. So 1, 2, 3. We are expecting this fourth candle to continue in expanding lower, right? In the opposite direction. So anyways, I'm bearish on the monthly. Let's go to the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we are rejecting from this weekly fair value gap, right? So we have an expansion lower, retracement, internal to external, and now we are expanding lower once again. And the drawn liquidity, we have this low right here, right? And we have this fair value gap. So remember that price seeks only two things: liquidity or stops below old lows and above old highs, and for inefficiencies or imbalances. On the sell side, we have both. We have this stops, sell stops, right? And we also have this inefficiency as draw. So I'm expecting price to reach for this area right here, and we have this order block on the weekly, so we might retrace to it and then continue to the downside. Let's go to the daily time frame, right? The daily time frame is clear. We have an expansion lower, leaving this huge inefficiency, imbalance, or CB. And it, as you can see, it is aligned with this weekly order block. So I'm expecting price to retrace right to this area right here, and then I'm gonna look for shorts into this, meaning I want to buy EU. So this is for the DXY. As you can see, my chart is clean, so make sure to keep your charts clean and annotate only the P arrays and draw on liquidity that matters the most, right? So don't annotate every single PD array, only the things that matters the most. Let's go to another pair. This is the US dollar against the Japanese yen. So from the first video I did on the outlook, I told you that I want to look for shorts from this order block right here into this weekly inefficiency, and as you can see, price went right to it and stopped. And in the second weekly outlook, I told you that my next draw on liquidity is this inefficiency, right? This inefficiency on the 4 hour, and then I want to see continuation to the downside, and as you can see, price did exactly that. So now where is the draw on liquidity? Well, I want to see as the Dixie, right? I want to see a retracement to this fair value gap right here, and then continuing lower. So the order flow is clearly bearish, right? We have a positive correlation with the Dixie, right? So I want to short from this area right here. Now we can buy to this area right here. So this is a potential setup, meaning I want to buy to here and then looking for shorting opportunities, right? But we are on a consolidation right here. So I want to see a clear displacement to my draw on liquidity, and then I would look for buys, right? But for now, I'm gonna stay on the sideline. So maybe price will retrace this fair value gap right here, and this would be the next draw on liquidity, which is this original consolidation right here. So this is for the US dollar against the Japanese yen. Let's go to another pair. Let's go to EU, right? So let's start with the daily time frame. And just like the Dixie, we inverse everything, right? So as you can see, we have that daily fair value gap, and I want price to retrace to here, and then I would look for buying opportunities into this failed swing right here, this external range liquidity. And we are reacting from this weekly order block, I guess. Yes, this is a weekly order block. So things are clear on EU, right? You have also this for our fair value gap. This is if you want to refine it. Let's go to another pair. This is the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. Again, this like the Dixie, I want price to retrace to here. And this is, so on the weekly, as you can see, we are reacting from this internal range liquidity, right? This is on the weekly. On the 4 hour, we displaced higher, right? From that weekly fair value gap, we left the fair value gap right here on the 4 hour. So my game plan for this pair is to wait for it to retrace to here, right? This 4 hour fair value gap, and then I would look for buying opportunities to this liquidity right here, this original consolidation right here. Again, it needs to align with the lower time frames. So I want to see reversal patterns on the lower time frames, and I want to see it align with time also. So time is very, very important factor. Don't force anything, right? There are always setups just around the corner. So don't think that if you miss this setup, this particular setup, it's done and you're gonna chase price or something. So don't force anything, guys. And let's go to another pair, and this is the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. So from the previous weekly outlook, I believe we were here, and I told you that I want to see a retracement to this fair value gap right here, this daily fair value gap, and then reversing, right, from this fair value gap and going to this equal lows, clean lows on the downside. And as you can see that this is exactly what's happening. I didn't get a clear entry on this fair value gap, but as you can see, the draw on liquidity is still intact, so we can still short this. We have this fair value gap on the daily, so I'll be looking for 1 hour market structure shifts, and then 5 minute or 3 minute market structure shifts from this fair value gap right here. So let's go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour, as you can see, is still bullish, right? It's still bullish, and I want to see a clear displacement toward my draw on liquidity. The first target is this original consolidation. So this is a clear market maker sell model, and we need that smart money reversal around here. I want to see displacement toward this and sweep on liquidity, and maybe SMT divergence. So SMT divergence is a great confirmation to the smart money reversal, right? So this is the play on the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. Let's go to another pair. This is the US 100. Let's go to the weekly chart. The draw liquidity is clear. This original consolidation, this external range liquidity, right? We are reacting from this monthly fair value gap, I guess. Yes, monthly fair value gap into this external range liquidity. On the weekly, we are reacting and rejecting from this weekly fair value gap. On the daily, what do we have? Clear bullish order flow. Let's go to the 4-hour. So on this pair or this index, I'm gonna stay on the sideline for now. As you can see, we don't have really that much to work with on here, right? So Thursday and Friday price action was a bit unclear. So I want to see price retrace to, I don't know, like 4-hour or daily point of interest. So maybe this fair value gap right here. Price prints the low of the week somewhere around here or here, and then continue to the upside. But for now, I'm going to stay on the sideline. Let's go to another pair. And this is the British pound against the Canadian dollar. So let's go to the weekly chart, see what's going on. All right, so on the weekly chart, we cleared this liquidity from here. We hit this rejection block, right? And price started retracing to this fair value gap right here. But the candles or price started closing below this fair value gap. So now we are expecting this fair value gap right here to act as resistance. It failed to offer support. Now we want it to act as resistance. Now, is there a reason for it to act as a resistance? Yes, we have this draw on liquidity, this inefficiency on the weekly time frame. Let's go on the daily. On the daily time frame, we have a market maker sell model in the making. We cleared this external liquidity like in the weekly. It is clear here on the daily, right? We hit this order block also, and now we have a smart money reversal. So price closed below this order block, this breaker block, and now it started rejecting from it. And we have this SMT divergence with EURAUD, right? So SMT divergence on the smart money reversal is high probability. When you have SMT divergence on the smart money reversal, the market maker sell model or buy model rarely fails. Anyways, we have an expansion lower, right? And now we're expecting retracement to here, right? We have this order block right here, and it is aligned with the weekly inversion. If you go to the 4-hour, it's clear on the 4-hour. As you can see, we have an expansion to the downside, and this expansion happened after clearing all this sell side liquidity. So as you can see, price was consolidating, right? It was moving slowly, but after we cleared all this failed swings, buy stop liquidity, price broke down heavily to the downside. So the potential point of interest of reversal is this 4-hour fair value gap, and then continuing to this one first. So this is the first target. The second target is somewhere around here. So we have this inefficiency. And I don't need for price to go all the way to here, right? To profit from this move. Again, I repeat, guys, don't sell as soon as price come back to this area right here. Wait for confirmations on the lower time frames. Wait for reversal patterns. Remember the midnight open, so you want to sell above the midnight open and make sure that the setup is aligned with time. Let's go to another pair, and this is the British pound against the Japanese yen. Let's go to the daily chart. We have a similar situation. We cleared the buy side liquidity from here, retraced to this fair value gap. It offered some kind of support from here, right? Push price even higher, and then it failed to do that, right? And now it is acting as an inversion level, and price then rejected heavily to the downside. The draw of liquidity is clear. price is generating liquidity on the sell side, right? So this is on the weekly. Let's go to the daily time frame. In the daily time frame, we have this order block, price retrace to this fair value gap right here, right? And to this order block, and now it is rejecting from it and heading to the downside. On the 4 hour, as you can see, price retraced from this, rejected from this fair value gap, right? So refinements. And on the 1 hour, as you can see, we are on a market maker sell model, right? So this is a smart money reversal. I'm not sure if we have an SMT, so let's check if we have an SMT right here. This pair is correlated with the euro against the Japanese yen. Do we have an SMT? No. Oh, I don't believe we have an SMT. So let's check the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. Let's see if this pair is correlated with it. No, this is not. We don't have a correlation. It doesn't mean that this the market maker sell model won't work, but SMT divergence, as I told you before, it will increase the probabilities of success, right? So you can see we have an expansion returning to this order block and this fair value gap just on the daily or the weekly, I can't remember. And now we are expecting bearishness to the downside. I want to see this low right here gets broken, right? And then I would consider selling this original consolidation. Let's go to another pair, and this is the Australian dollar against US dollar. So let's go to the daily chart. On the daily chart, we have this breaker block and this fair value gap. So this is a unicorn model, right? As you can see, we cleared this sell side liquidity and then price displaced higher. Now my point of interest is this fair value gap, this unicorn, and then we would push higher to this draw on liquidity, which is clear equal highs. So again, I want to see price retrace to here, and then maybe see 1 hour market structure shifts or any reversal patterns, doesn't matter, and then the lower time frame and time. Let's go to another pair. This is the euro against Japanese yen. Pretty much the same thing. We have a clear draw on liquidity, this equal lows. We have this inversion fair value gap, right? Price return to it. This is a BPR, right? As you can see, perfect rejection filled all the way to here, to this fair value gap first, and then the extreme high of the inversion fair value gap, and now we are heading lower to this clean equal lows. Let's go to the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, we are rejecting from this order block, and we have this original consolidation, right? Now what I want to see is this fair value gap right here. As you can see, it is offering support, right? So I want to see it gets broken to the downside, and then I would look for shorting opportunities, but look for shorts. Let's go to this last pair. This is the last pair on our watch list. US dollar against the Canadian dollar, right? So let's go to the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, we have a clear draw on liquidity, which is this inefficiency right here. But before we dig even deeper into this inefficiency, I want to see a retracement and then continue lower. The retracement on the daily time frame, so I want to see retracement to here. This pair is positive, correlated with the DXY. So just like the DXY, I want to see price moves higher. Here also, I want the US dollar against the Canadian dollar to retrace this fair value gap right here, and then I would look for shorting opportunities into this fair value gap right here to maybe consequent encroachment, right? So I believe we have done, right? This is the end of this video. If you have any questions, please DM me in my Twitter account or leave a comment down below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. Happy trading and good luck.